As 2023 came to a complete stop and 2024 is here to take its place, I'd love to start this video on the right foot and acknowledge survival games that are developed with the right intentions. Games that require no extra paid DLCs in terms of content deliverance, games that are simply made with the heart of a gamer, and you'll know exactly what I mean by that here in a little bit. Just a disclaimer, this video is extremely biased. I will most likely piss a lot of people off, but then at the same time, I can possibly make a few more happy. And if this video is extremely relatable to you, then maybe possibly I have accomplished my point. Icarus would be a perfect example of something I will not support. The game was announced as such, but then you get a product that is missing half of its promised content, no alien life present, the planet that you're on feels like Earth and that is filled with animals rather than alien-like creatures. Then shortly as time goes by, you get a DLC that fulfills some of that content, except now you have to pay money to get it, which is not fair. I agree to people with passion, and when you promise something during an announcement and then make people buy that additionally, that once it does come out, that just tickles me the wrong way, and I just don't stand by that at all. But once again, you know if you know. But then the games that I do admire don't require any of that extra BS. They come as it is and offer so much more with little to no cost from the player, and I will acknowledge them in this video, which is why I'm making this. So Valheim, the game is pure example of just a simple masterpiece. Let's be honest. Valheim is filled with so much content, you'd be playing this game for 2 weeks straight and still discover stuff that's new to you without a doubt. The base game is basically dirt cheap as it is, and when it comes on sale every so often, it just makes it that much more obvious to buy it. Let's be honest. It's more than your money's worth, and I can definitely assure you of that. I also play this game off camera all the time, and if you ever want to start a fresh start and look for someone to play with, hit me up down below. Just drop your Discord or something. Subsistence is another game that I love to come back to. Every so often I always come back to this one. It's not anything crazy in terms of graphics, but the atmosphere and the seasonal changes are so good. Your overall survival approach must change as the weather conditions change. The game does not require you to buy extra DLCs or any other extra content. Just keep that in mind. It just comes as it is from the box. It is very grindy and very Rust-like, so just please do keep that in mind. Also, let's not forget Project Zomboid. It is phenomenal in terms of content deliverance. It's meant for a very specific group of players, for those who possibly enjoy more of hardcore / realistic experience, but it is one of those most well-known survival games out there. The game is so detailed in terms of realism. You can just literally develop a mental illness in the game, have different fears and stress disorders. It's so detailed, and mods make this game even more crazy. 7 Days to Die has been around the block for some time at this point. It's been competing with other survival games for a decade, and it is the first survival game that truly stood out and brought something different to the table. Prior to that, people focused more on DayZ and tried to mimic that game for so long, but then when 7 Days to Die came out, it shook everyone's predictions in ways nobody could imagine. And 2023 has been just a golden year for 7 Days to Die overall. Stable performance, smooth gameplay, countless replayability. If there's any games I missed that you would like to give a personal shout out, drop them down below. I'll definitely check them out. These are my all-time top 3 recommendations almost always every time I do talk about my favorite survival games. And can you really argue this?